Are you living alone after 60 and worried you're missing out on something important? Or thinking about making that leap but feeling scared? Here's what nobody tells you. Living solo at your age comes with 6 scientifically proven benefits that most seniors never realize until they experience them firsthand. I'm going to show you exactly what these unexpected advantages are and how to maximize each one starting today. But here's what surprises people most. One of these benefits could actually extend your lifespan by several years, and it has nothing to do with diet or exercise. Stay with me, because what you discover in the next few minutes might completely change how you view your living situation and your retirement years. Kenneth, 67, from Denver, moved into a small one-bedroom apartment alone after his divorce, fully expecting to feel lonely and miserable. Instead, within 6 months, he discovered advantages he never anticipated, benefits that completely transformed how he viewed his capabilities and his entire approach to retirement. His only regret was not making the move sooner. Benefit 1. Your sleep quality dramatically improves. When you live alone, you finally sleep on your schedule, not someone else's. This might sound like a small thing, but sleep quality is one of the most critical factors determining your health, energy, and longevity after 60. Johns Hopkins sleep researchers conducted extensive studies showing that seniors living alone report 40% better sleep quality compared to those sharing a bed or home with others. The reason is simple. No more partner disturbances, no snoring keeping you awake, no different temperature preferences creating discomfort. No competing bedtime schedules forcing you to stay up late or wake up early. No tossing and turning from someone else disrupting your rest cycles. Your bedroom becomes truly yours, arranged exactly how your body needs it for optimal rest. Helen, 71, from Portland, suffered through poor sleep for nearly 15 years because of her husband's chronic snoring and restless movements. Within 3 weeks of moving into her own place, her energy levels returned, her morning brain fog disappeared, and she felt like herself again for the first time in over a decade. The medical consequences of poor sleep are severe at your age. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that chronic sleep deprivation accelerates cognitive decline, weakens your immune system, making you vulnerable to every infection, increases your risk of falls due to daytime drowsiness, and raises your risk of heart disease and stroke. When you share sleeping space with someone whose sleep patterns don't match yours, you're sacrificing one of the most important health factors in your life. Your body desperately needs 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted, quality sleep to repair cells, consolidate memories, and maintain proper immune function. Here's what you do immediately if you're living alone or planning to. Set your own bedtime based solely on when your body naturally feels tired, not when someone else wants to sleep. Control your room temperature to your exact preference. Most seniors sleep best between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, but your ideal temperature might be different. Arrange your bedroom exactly how you want it, with the mattress firmness you prefer, the pillows that support your neck properly, and the darkness level that helps you sleep deepest. Invest in blackout curtains if light bothers you. Use a white noise machine if silence makes you anxious. Create your perfect sleep environment without compromise or negotiation. If you're still living with someone and experiencing sleep problems, consider separate bedrooms immediately. Many couples who sleep apart report dramatically improved relationships because they're both well-rested and happier. Reclaim your sleep starting tonight because your health, your energy, and your quality of life depend entirely on getting proper rest. Don't sacrifice another night of quality sleep, trying to accommodate someone else's schedule or sleep disturbances. Your body deserves the rest it needs. Benefit 2. Your decision-making confidence skyrockets. When was the last time you made a significant decision without consulting, compromising, or negotiating with someone else? Living alone forces you to trust your own judgment on everything from daily choices to major life decisions. This might feel uncomfortable at first if you've spent decades deferring to a spouse or family members, but it's one of the most empowering benefits of solo living. Harvard researchers studied decision-making patterns in seniors and found that those who live independently show 35% higher confidence in their daily decision-making abilities compared to those who constantly consult others. Your brain stays sharper when you're required to think through choices yourself. You develop stronger problem-solving skills. You learn to trust your instincts again. Most importantly, you stop second-guessing yourself constantly because nobody is questioning your choices or making you feel incompetent. Frank, 69, from Austin, spent 40 years running every decision past his wife, from what to eat for dinner to which car to buy. After moving into his own place, he started making bold choices about travel destinations and new hobbies without asking permission or seeking approval. His confidence in other areas of life improved dramatically as well. The medical research on this is clear and compelling. Studies from the University of California show that seniors who make regular independent decisions maintain better cognitive function and slower rates of mental decline. When you constantly defer decisions to others, your brain literally stops exercising its decision-making pathways. Those neural connections weaken over time. You become increasingly uncertain and dependent. Eventually, you lose confidence in your ability to handle your own life, which creates a dangerous cycle of dependency and declining capability. Start practicing decision-making independence today, even if you're not living alone yet. Make one independent decision daily without asking anyone's opinion or permission. Decide what you'll eat without consulting others. Choose what you'll watch on television based solely on your preference. Decide when you'll go out and where you'll go without negotiating. These small daily decisions build your confidence muscle. When you do live alone, embrace bigger decisions confidently. Redecorate your space exactly how you want it. Plan trips to places you've always wanted to visit. Join groups and activities that interest you personally. Stop seeking validation or approval for your choices. Trust that you've lived long enough to make good decisions for yourself. If you make a mistake, you'll learn from it and adjust. That's how growth happens at any age. Start trusting yourself today because your independence and cognitive health depend on exercising your decision-making abilities regularly. Don't wait for permission to make choices about your own life. Act on your own judgment now. Benefit 3. Your stress levels drop. Significantly, living alone eliminates the constant hidden stress of managing other people's moods, schedules, needs, and expectations. You might not even realize how much emotional energy you've been spending on keeping others happy until that burden lifts. Mayo Clinic research provides compelling evidence on this topic, showing that seniors living alone have cortisol levels that are 30% lower on average than those managing ongoing household conflicts or family dynamics. Cortisol is your body's primary stress hormone, and chronically elevated levels cause serious damage over time. When you live with others, you're constantly adjusting your behavior and schedule around their needs. You're walking on eggshells during their bad moods. You're dealing with their complaints and criticisms. You're negotiating everything, from thermostat settings to television channels. All of this creates low-level chronic stress that wears down your body and mind day after day. Sylvia, 73, from Tampa, suffered from chronic tension headaches for years that multiple doctors couldn't explain or fix. Within just 1 month of living alone, her headaches disappeared completely because she'd eliminated the daily stress of managing her adult son's unpredictable moods and demands. The long-term health consequences of chronic stress are genuinely frightening. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that sustained high cortisol levels accelerate aging at the cellular level, raise blood pressure significantly, increase your risk of heart attack and stroke, weaken your immune system, and contribute to cognitive decline and memory problems. When you're constantly stressed by household dynamics, your body stays in a perpetual state of fight or flight response. Your nervous system never fully relaxes. Your muscles stay tense. Your sleep suffers. Your digestion becomes impaired. Every system in your body functions less efficiently under chronic stress. Create a peaceful daily routine immediately if you're living alone. Wake up when your body wants to wake up. Eat meals at times that suit your hunger patterns. Keep your space quiet or fill it with music you love. Your choice. Eliminate toxic relationships without guilt or apology. You don't owe anyone access to your peace and your home. If family members or friends create stress and drama, limit contact or cut it entirely. Your health matters more than their feelings about your boundaries. Prioritize your emotional needs first for once in your life. Spend your time and energy on activities and people that bring joy rather than stress. Create house rules that serve your comfort, not someone else's preferences. Protect your peace right now, because your heart health, blood pressure, and longevity depend on maintaining lower stress levels. Don't sacrifice your health trying to accommodate people who drain your emotional energy. Set boundaries today. Benefit 4. You rediscover hobbies and passions you'd forgotten. What did you love doing before life got busy with other people's needs and demands? Living alone gives you something absolutely priceless. Uninterrupted time to pursue interests you've neglected for years or even decades. When you're not cooking for someone else's preferences, cleaning up after others, or structuring your day around someone else's schedule, you suddenly have hours available for yourself. Stanford research on cognitive health reveals that seniors who actively pursue personal hobbies and creative interests show 45% slower rates of cognitive decline compared to those who spend their time passively or focused on caretaking tasks. Your brain needs novelty, challenge, and creative engagement to stay sharp. Hobbies provide all of these elements while also giving you purpose, joy, and a sense of accomplishment. Walter, 68, from Nashville, hadn't touched a paintbrush in over 30 years because family obligations always took priority. Living alone gave him the time and space to set up a small art studio in his spare bedroom, and he rediscovered a passion for painting that brought him more happiness than he'd felt in decades. The research on this is remarkably consistent across multiple studies. When you abandon creative pursuits and personal interests, you lose an important part of your identity. You become defined entirely by your relationships and responsibilities to others. Your brain gets stuck in repetitive patterns without new challenges. Memory and cognitive function decline faster because you're not creating new neural pathways through learning and creativity. Depression and lack of purpose become more likely because you're not engaged in activities that bring personal satisfaction and meaning. Dedicate 1 full hour every single day to a hobby or interest that's purely for your own enjoyment. This isn't selfish. It's essential for your cognitive health. Rediscover activities you loved when you were younger. Try new activities you've always been curious about. Join classes or groups focused on your interests so you combine social connection with creative engagement. Set up space in your home dedicated to your hobby so you can easily access it daily. Don't worry about being good at your hobby or producing impressive results. The cognitive benefits come from the process of engaging your brain in new ways, not from the end product. Paint, write, play music, garden, woodwork, knit, cook, photograph, or pursue whatever calls to you. Give yourself permission to spend time on activities with no practical purpose except joy and mental stimulation. Reconnect with your passions this week because your brain stays sharper, healthier, and more resilient when it's regularly engaged in creative activities. Don't wait until tomorrow to start something you can begin today. Benefit 5. Your physical health actually improves. Solo living forces you to stay physically active because there's nobody else doing things for you. This might sound like a burden, but it's actually one of the greatest health benefits you can experience. CDC data shows that seniors living independently maintain physical activity levels that are 25% higher than those who have live-in family members or hired help doing tasks for them. When you live alone, you must walk to get your mail, cook your own meals, clean your own space, shop for your own groceries, and handle all the daily physical tasks that keep a household running. These activities might seem mundane, but they're actually valuable forms of exercise that maintain your strength, balance, flexibility, and endurance. Phyllis, 70, from Phoenix, found that living alone meant she walked significantly more, stood at the stove cooking more often, and moved throughout her home constantly to manage daily tasks. Her muscle strength and energy improved noticeably within months, simply because daily life required more physical activity. The medical evidence on this topic is absolutely clear. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that seniors who remain physically active through daily tasks maintain better muscle mass, stronger bones, improved balance, and significantly lower risk of falls compared to sedentary peers. When family members or paid helpers do everything for you, you lose physical capability rapidly. Muscles you don't use weaken and atrophy. Your balance deteriorates when you're not regularly challenging it through movement. Your cardiovascular system weakens when you're sitting most of the day. The old saying, "Use it or lose it," is medically accurate at your age. Do your own grocery shopping and carry bags yourself, unless they're genuinely too heavy. Cook your own meals standing at the stove and counter. Clean your own home in manageable sections rather than hiring it all done. Vacuum, dust, wash dishes, make your bed, and do your laundry yourself. Walk to nearby destinations instead of driving when weather and distance permit. Take stairs instead of elevators when safe and possible. These daily activities count as legitimate exercise that maintains your independence. Track your daily steps using a simple pedometer or smartphone app and aim for at least 5,000 steps daily from normal activities. If you can safely reach 7,000 or more, even better. Don't think you need formal exercise programs or gym memberships to stay fit. Your daily household tasks provide excellent functional fitness that directly supports your ability to live independently long-term. Move your body today and every day, because each task you do yourself keeps you stronger, more capable, and more independent. Don't give up physical tasks prematurely by accepting unnecessary help. Stay active through daily living. Benefit 6. Your social life becomes richer and more intentional. Have you noticed that living with someone can actually make you more isolated from the outside world? When you have constant companionship at home, you often stop seeking social connections elsewhere. You convince yourself you're not lonely because someone is always there, but that single relationship can't meet all your social and emotional needs. University of Michigan research found that seniors living alone maintain social networks that are 50% more diverse than coupled peers. The reason is simple. When you're alone, you must actively seek connection. You join clubs and groups. You make plans with friends. You attend community events. You reach out to neighbors. You build a wide network of relationships instead of depending entirely on one person for all your social needs. Eugene, 72, from Baltimore joined 3 different senior groups and made more genuine friends during his first year living alone than he'd made in the previous 20 years of marriage. His social calendar became full of varied activities and diverse people who shared his specific interests. The medical research on social connection is compelling and somewhat surprising. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that diverse social networks protect against cognitive decline, reduce dementia risk significantly, and actually extend lifespan more than many other health interventions. Having multiple meaningful relationships provides different types of stimulation, support, and engagement that keep your brain active and healthy. When you depend on just one person for companionship, you're vulnerable to severe isolation if that person dies, becomes ill, or is otherwise unavailable. A diverse social network provides resilience and backup support systems. Schedule regular outings with different friends rather than spending all your time with one person. Join at least one senior group, club, or organization that meets regularly and aligns with your interests. Actively build relationships with neighbors through brief conversations and occasional invitations for coffee or meals. Use technology to stay connected with distant friends and family through video calls and messaging. Accept invitations even when you feel like staying home, because social connections require consistent effort and participation. Reach out to old friends you've lost touch with. Most people welcome reconnection attempts. Volunteer for causes you care about, because volunteering provides both social connection and sense of purpose. Make your social life a priority that gets scheduled and protected like any other important commitment. Expand your social circle starting now, because diverse friendships protect against loneliness, cognitive decline, and premature death better than almost any other intervention. Don't wait for people to reach out to you. Take initiative today. Living alone after 60 isn't something to fear or view as a last resort. It's an opportunity to sleep better, make confident, independent decisions, dramatically reduce stress, pursue forgotten passions, stay physically active through daily tasks, and build meaningful, diverse friendships. These benefits don't happen automatically just from living alone, but they're absolutely achievable when you approach solo living with intention, optimism, and willingness to embrace the freedom it provides. If you're currently living alone and experiencing any of these benefits, drop a comment telling me which one has been most valuable for you. Your story might encourage someone who's hesitant about making this choice. Share this video right now with another senior who's considering or currently living alone, so they know they're not just surviving, but potentially thriving. Subscribe for more honest, practical advice about making your retirement years the best years of your life. And turn on notifications so you catch every new video that could make a real difference in how you approach aging.